Hey Veronica, this is Jessica from Peterson SEO. Thank you so much for speaking with me today and accepting this custom video to help me get it to the right person. So today we're going to go over a few tips that you guys can start applying right away, and it's really going to help with your online presence and getting more organic leads. So it is important to note that nearly 70% of your leads are going to come from your website. So your website does need to be properly optimized so you can capture those leads. So as you can see, we are on your website, and you have a decent website, fairly basic, but that's okay. You do have a separate page for each of your services, which is very critical, so that's really good. You do have small descriptions of your services with interlinking pages. The interlinking is good, but your home page is missing content. So content is key. You're going to need a lot of content. Google wants a minimum of 1,000 to 1,500 words of content focused on those local buyer intent keywords. Those are the keywords people will actively be searching for these services in your community. So you need 150 words for every keyword that you want to target. And I'm also not seeing any local keywords. Although these are keywords, they're considered national. And although you might get some local traffic, if you got indexed for them, you're going to get false metrics because anybody in the country looking for water damage restoration, if you were on the first page, would land on your page. And since you're not able to help them, they'd go somewhere else. So it is really, really important to focus on those local buyer intent keywords. Every single one of your pages needs to have their own unique content with their own keywords. Your homepage should really be like a summary of all of your services. So these should have a lot more content with the duplication of the local buyer intent keywords, so you can be indexed for those and found in those areas. And if you don't have these as service area pages, these should all have their own unique pages so you can be found organically for every single one of your services. Google has little robots that go and crawl these pages, pulling the content and keywords so they can index you for them and rank you and put you in front of your customers. As far as water damage is concerned, in your service area, you should be able to beat pretty much anybody because most of your competitors are not doing what they need to be doing. So by following these tips, you guys should really be able to smoke these guys. But this is one of your top competitors, if you can call it that. They have separate pages for their services. And that's about it. They do have a little bit more location-based keywords. But that's it. So their website isn't doing much for them either. Now, a website by itself won't be found. You do need to be supported by SEO. And it does look like you do, or at some point did, have a little bit of SEO going on for you. You have a score of a 1.9 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which means Google does not trust your website. And it's 100% because you're referring domains and backlinks. You're going to need a lot more of these, but you need to make sure they are of high quality, authoritative, which means they're directly related to your industry. You get credit for one backlink per referring domain, so anything else Google looks at as spam. And you want to make sure that these are do follows so they share power. If we look real quick here, only 34 of yours are do follows, which means that only 34 of your backlinks are doing anything to help you. You have been indexed for over 200 keywords. although a lot of those are national, as we talked about earlier. And you are getting about 27 people to your website, but you're missing out on a ton of traffic by not being optimized. Looking at your keywords, you only have one, actually, I'll take that back. You have 4 keywords on the first page of Google. There's 10 spots. They are all regarding carpet cleaning, which is fine, but you do have some higher end services that's going to bring you in a lot more revenue. So I would really focus on those services for your keywords and drive that traffic. Looking at your backlinks, it is really important that you are attaching these backlinks not just to your brand name and website, but also to your keywords for all of your services and service areas so you can rank for those on the first page and be found. Looking at your competitor, like I said, they have a poor website. They have a 0 score. They do have 9 do follows, so you already have them beat there. The only difference is their keywords are more focused around water damage and they're actually ranking higher. But they're not getting any traffic because they don't have any SEO supporting this and they don't have the right amount of content. So having more content, working on your content and keyword strategy, and supporting that with backlinks, you're going to be able to beat almost just about any one of your competitors in regards to water damage restoration. And the last thing is this Google My Business section. For Michigan City, you are in the top 3, but not in other areas. So you do want to be in the top 3 for each service area and your most important keywords, because 30% of people go straight to the maps and won't go anywhere else. So if you're not in this top 3, you send all your competition to, you send all the leads to your competition. Sorry about that. Now, there's several factors that go into being in the top 3, but the most important are citations. And that's being listed in a bunch of directories with your name, address, and phone number to places like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Dex, and LinkedIn. So you're going to need a lot more of those than your top competitors. And when you follow each of these tips I provided you today, your website can be #1 across Google for every one of your services and every one of your service areas using those local buyer intent keywords and supporting them with proper SEO. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful and that you start applying these tips so you can capture more organic leads. I would really love to get your feedback on the video. And if you have any questions for me, you can reach out to the number on the screen and we can chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.